Have we ever seen anything like Jayden?
No, that boy different.
If it's a screen, fine.
Yeah.
If it's a bomb, so be it. If I got to run with the football and I need this first down, so be it. Whatever it takes is what he's doing.
We very well could be witnessing the greatest rookie season in NFL history right now. For years, the Washington Commanders were one of the most laughable teams in the NFL and had failed to find their franchise quarterback after many attempts. But in 2024, their savior had finally arrived. Jayden Daniels, fresh off of winning a Heisman Trophy at LSU, came into Washington and completely flipped the Commanders franchise on its head, officially becoming one of the best quarterbacks in all of football after just 1 year. And it's not even over yet. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop, like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications for the latest NFL news to your device. Now that we get all that out of the way, you guys have been blowing up my DMs on Instagram about the success we've been having because we dominated the NFL divisional round and in the NBA on PrizePicks. For the NFL, I was able to turn $45 into $365, and we've been posting picks for the NBA every day and been having crazy success. I promise to God, I just figured out a brand new projection model that gets us hitting more consistently, and we've been making some good money as a result of it. If you haven't signed up for PrizePicks, use my promo code Mikerophone to get a free $50 when you make an entry of $5 or more. Then go to my Instagram page and check my story because I give away my picks over there. And thank you, PrizePicks, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? As a rookie, Jayden Daniels is playing like one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, and I don't think he'll be slowing down anytime soon. And the best part about that is the fact that almost nobody believed that he could do it. Going all the way back to his days at Arizona State, people were saying that he was too small despite his elite rushing ability. He also hadn't shown much promise as a passer, especially after his junior season, where he would throw for as many interceptions as he did touchdowns. That, however, would change once he transferred to LSU for his final 2 years of eligibility, as he would become one of the best passers in the nation, winning the Heisman Trophy in his final season after throwing for 3,812 yards, 40 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions on a superb 72.2% completion percentage, on top of rushing for 1,134 yards and 10 touchdowns. But everybody knew he was elite as a runner. He had officially proven himself as a passer, but people still had their doubts. His inability to avoid big hits was still very evident, and there was a very prominent argument that he was a product of his 2 first-round wide receivers, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., who both had over 1,200 receiving yards in their rookie seasons. All this factored into the media, and even Commanders fans believing that his game wouldn't translate to the NFL, and that his Heisman Trophy winning season was the best we'd ever see from him. Some fans were very upset about Washington selecting Daniels at number 2 last April.
I have a massive fear that he will not reach his ceiling. Now, I hate where Drake May ended up. Whoever was going to New England, I think, is pretty screwed.
Doomed.
But I think there's a better chance that those other guys get to their ceiling based on just some of the numbers that I care about diving into collegiately going to the NFL.
Well, as good as Drake May is, and believe me, he is good, these fans could not have been more wrong about who Washington should have selected with the number 2 overall pick. The fact that they were even at the 2nd pick in the first place just goes to show how bad the Commanders were in 2023. And the numbers show it too. The Washington Commanders would only win 4 games and finish with a bottom 10 offense in all of football. This is despite having guys like Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson Jr. on the squad. It would take a miracle to turn this team around in 1 season, and there truly was only one player who could have done it. The pairing of Jayden Daniels and head coach Dan Quinn completely changed the team, leading Washington to 12 wins and finishing with a top 5 offense on the back of their superstar rookie. Jayden Daniels was able to open up the offense not only with his arm, but with his legs as well, giving the Commanders a level of offense that they haven't seen since their last superstar rookie. And I think it's safe to say that Jayden is already far better than RG3 ever was. Jayden is a shoo-in to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award, just like RG3 did, after throwing for 3,568 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, on top of rushing for 891 yards, which is the 2nd most among quarterbacks, only behind the greatest rushing quarterback of all time, Lamar Jackson, and 6 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, he had 9 interceptions, but if you really pay attention, you know that this man played some of the most efficient football we've ever seen from a guy this young. This year, Jayden Daniels was the first ever rookie to lead his team to a game with 0 turnovers and 0 punts, and he did it 3 times. The guy just knows how to score the football. It comes naturally to him, and he truly does look like the greatest rookie quarterback of all time.
Maybe having the greatest rookie year in the history of the NFL, and somehow we're saying that after what CJ Stroud was able to do last year.
When you take a look at what Jayden has done this year, it's truly stuff we've never seen before. If you want monster stats, you look at 2020 Justin Herbert with his 4,300 yards and 31 touchdowns, but he wasn't able to lead his team to the playoffs. If you want a guy who was able to lead his team to a bunch of wins, you look at 2004 Ben Roethlisberger, who led the Steelers to a 15-1 record and a conference championship appearance on the back of an undefeated record as a starter, but his numbers weren't all that great. If you want both, then look no further than 2023 CJ Stroud, who had over 4,000 yards, the best interception rate in his conference, and led his team to the divisional round all in his rookie year. Stroud broke out as arguably the best rookie quarterback ever last year with that performance, but Jayden Daniels came in and did it better just 1 season later. He has the numbers, and he especially has the team success. Daniels led a 4-win team to their most wins in a season since 1991, the year Washington won the Super Bowl, and led that same team all the way to the conference championship. Not only did he make a conference championship in his rookie season, though, Jayden Daniels got there while playing nothing but road games and defeating the far and away NFC favorite Detroit Lions in the second round. His offense put up 38 points on a team that was supposed to blow everyone out of the water. It felt this way all season, but after this game, it especially felt like the Washington Commanders had found the guy that will win them a Super Bowl. I mean, just look at the kind of plays he's made in this playoff run alone. On his first ever playoff drive, he showed why he was there in the first place, showing elite poise in the pocket on 3rd down and dropping an absolute dime to Terry McLaurin despite the pressure he was facing to his left. This right here is another example of just how calm Jayden Daniels is in the pocket, as he finds Terry McLaurin for a touchdown that was perfectly placed over the roaming linebacker. This next throw is easily the best one he's made so far though, and quite frankly, it's the best throw any quarterback has made in this playoffs. Left tackle Brandon Coleman gets beat off the rush, leaving Josh Pascal with an open lane to the quarterback. So what does Jayden Daniels do? He takes a step to the right, throws off of his back foot, and makes the most accurate throw possible, hitting De'Ami Brown where he could only catch it 40 yards down the field. He's not only leading his team to these wins, he is carrying his team to these wins.
Let me tell you something. Jayden Daniels is a stone cold killer.
He's legit, man. He's legit.
Daniels and the Commanders have already exceeded everyone's expectations this season. Outside of older guys like Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, and Dante Fowler Jr., Washington's entire core is locked up at least through 2026. More importantly, they'll have the 3rd highest available cap space in the league this offseason. They're poised to get at least 1 star, whether that's someone like Javon Holland on defense or T. Higgins on offense. Players want to play in Washington, and players want to play with Jayden Daniels. That was even evident at the trade deadline. ESPN reported that there were numerous players who requested to be traded to the Commanders, specifically at the deadline, surely including the star cornerback they actually got, Marshawn Lattimore. And with the massive upside of not only the team, but the quarterback that leads them, it's hard to believe that these players' wishes would change, especially after this playoff run. If they end up beating Philadelphia in the NFC Championship, then there's no saying what this team can do. The main discussion now on Daniels and the Commanders isn't can they win a Super Bowl, it's how long until they win a Super Bowl and how many. Now obviously this is all hypothetical and football is a week-to-week game, as Washington proved in the divisional round, but there might not be a team with a brighter future than the Washington Commanders. Obviously there's powerhouses like Kansas City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Buffalo that'll be around for a long time, but the change that I've seen from Washington this season is enough for me to say that it won't be long before this team wins it all. And I hate to say this because my Dallas Cowboys had to face them twice a year, but they're legit. But as good of a team as Washington is, and as good of a situation it was to get drafted into, they wouldn't even be close to where they are now without Jayden Daniels.
The Commanders had the same projected win total as the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are picking first in the draft. The Commanders are one of 4 teams remaining that could still win the Super Bowl. And the reason for that is Jayden Daniels.
Never in my life have I seen someone completely take over the league as fast as he has, and I truly do believe that he is already a top 5 quarterback in this league. He's already the best quarterback in the NFC, and the only guys I take over him right now are the guys that everyone has in their top 4: Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, and Burrow. If you put anyone else in his conference on this team, they might not even make the playoffs. But what Jayden Daniels has done, what Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury have done to curate their offense around Daniels' skill set, is something something that has set the Commanders up for success for the next decade. Now, it's only been a year, and we said all of this about CJ Stroud last year, but this truly does feel different. Come back to this video in a year, and I promise you we'll still be talking about Jayden Daniels as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. This kid is special. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.